Hi there, I'm Alex. I hope that this video helps you today. I am going to just do a quick little tutorial about how I got my Squarespace contact form to integrate with my Mailchimp groups using Zapier. There is a little filter that you need to use in order to get this to work, which was a little bit hard for me to find on the internet, so I'm hoping that this will help you to get your segmentation efforts all lined up and ready for the future. So let's dive in. Okay, so jumping right in here on Squarespace, we're gonna insert a form, and in the form, we're going to go ahead and edit it. And we are going to add a section that's going to reflect our Mailchimp groups. So this interest section that I've added has the groups that I'm interested in here. And if you wanted to add another iteration of this form field, what I did originally was I added a select option here. So what I did was I filled out interests and then I filled out what my interests are. But that's already done here, so I'm going to remove that. We're just going to go with this one. The next thing that you're going to do is go to storage and you're going to connect your Mailchimp account. I'm just going to ignore that because I don't have a business account on the demo version. You log in, make sure you're logged in, you authorize it, click allow. All right, perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that now. Oh, it wants me to select my list. Okay, so I'm going to select my Mailchimp list. Then we can save it. Alrighty, okay. So this, I believe, is saved. Then we are going to set up our groups in Mailchimp. You go to your audience and you go to your contacts. Then you go to manage contacts and you go to groups. So our groups are going to be a drop down. And I'm also going to call this interests. And the group names are going to be the same as they were before. Interior design. Now. And we are done for now. All right, so now we can expand this if we want, view groups, and see all of them here. We have 0 contacts. Okay. So now your Squarespace side is set up and your Mailchimp side is set up. Now we need to bridge the two with Zapier. If you haven't already added these as apps, you would go to My Apps and then find your apps here by searching them. So Squarespace. And then here's where I'm going to want to enter my API key to connect Zapier with Squarespace. So I'm going to save these changes. Actually, we didn't save. All right, here we go. Go to Settings on Squarespace. Then you go to Advanced. Then you go to Developer API Keys, and you generate an API key. So I'm just going to call this Mailchimp Zapier. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce Zapier. I was called it Zapier, but recently I've heard more and more people calling it Zapier. Okay. So we're going to generate that key, copy it, and then head back over here and open this API key. All right, now we can test it. And it's a success. The next thing I have to do is add Mailchimp. Authorize, allow. Okay, test it, great. Okay, now we're gonna make a Zap. We want, when the form is filled out and the person selects their interest, for it to zap into our Mailchimp group. So already it has the app set up as Squarespace, the new form submission. Click continue. We're going to select our Squarespace account. This is my demo Squarespace site. We are going to customize the form and choose value. Let me just check what I named my form. We want this to be like really recognizable. So I just called this new form at the time. You might want to make that a little bit more clear. Okay. I'm going to do a test trigger. Okay. And continue. Okay, so this is the confusing part. Zapier wants you to immediately choose an app, an event, and do something else as your step 2. However, and you're gonna immediately wanna do Mailchimp. That's not what you wanna do. You wanna do a filter. We're gonna need an individual Zap for each of our groups. So we're gonna do filter. Then we're only gonna continue if the section, which is called interests, contains, and then our first one that we've got is interior designs. All right, we're done with this. And then we're gonna add Mailchimp now. And we're going to do add update subscriber, continue, select the account, continue, and then customize the subscriber. So our audience is going to be Alex Benson Marketing. You got to select the email address. So show all options, email. Double opt-in. I don't do double opt-in because it's a lot of emails and you just want to kind of capture those people. Replace groups. Let's replace all groups. And then here's the group selection. So the group that we want to put these people in, if they select interior design in Squarespace, is the interior design group in our interest bucket in Mailchimp. Okay, you can skip everything else. Actually, you probably want your first name in there. That's like all I ever use, you know, with merge fields is going to be the first name and the email address typically. But if you really want to capture like their last name and everything in Mailchimp, then enter that stuff in too. Remember, like the message is already going to go to your email inbox, so you don't necessarily need to put that in Mailchimp. All right, that's pretty much it. We're going to test and continue, but we're just going to do a test on the Squarespace site and then make sure it reflects in Mailchimp. Turn on your Zap. And I'm going to just put a name on this. This is the interior design Zap. All right. We're going to check this out on Squarespace. Let's say I am Alex Benson. My email address is alex@interiordesign.com. Subject is inquiry. I'm going to email myself. Hi, I am looking for interior design services. Okay. Interests. I'm going to select interior design, then click submit. All right. Thank you. Great. Okay. Next thing we're going to go back to Mailchimp. Refresh. Here we go. Here are my interests. Here are my groups. It doesn't automatically show you in this little contacts thing, but if you click on it, it typically shows up. So there I am. My interests are interior design. If we go back to groups, It should refresh those numbers. It doesn't, but look, we don't have anybody in wholesale, which is exactly what we want. So that's why I need to make another Zap for each interest field. So that's pretty much it. I hope that helped. You definitely need that filter in Zapier, and if you have any questions, just let me know. All right, bye.